Hello and welcome to the automation land. This is Hamim Alam. So in the previous video we have talked about the access modifier. So in this video you're going to be talking about one of the non-access modifier, which is static. There are like two more, abstract and final, but we're not going to be needing them just yet. Okay, I'm probably not going to be going over those non-access modifiers because we're not going to be needing them in our framework that much. So we're going to be talking about the static keyword today, but because that is really important. So that's the non-access modifier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a class over here. So let's say class 1. All right, so so let's say that I have a variable over here, so string name equal to, let's say my name is Hamim, right? So I want to access this variable in a different class. All right, so let's say that I have a different class, which is class 2, and then I want to access that variable. So there's like many different ways that you can access a variable. You can obviously like inherit that class, and then you can have access to the property, and then you can like create an object, and then you can have an access, right? So I'm going to create an object over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a method. So public void let's say method 1. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is like I'm going to like create an object of class 1. So class 1 equal to new class 1. All right, new class 1. All right, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to print out my name. All right, so I can use the reference name, which is 1 right here. All right, 1 dot name. So that way I can print out my name. Okay, but if I use the static keyword over here, so it's a static, okay, so that way I don't have to create the object. Okay, I don't have to create any object. I can use the class name as a reference, and I can use that variable. That's because, so whenever is a variable is so whenever you declare a variable, or whenever you initialize a variable using static keyword, that means that variable or maybe the method is static. Okay, that means that belongs to the class. Okay, so that way you can have access to that particular variable or the method without creating any object. You can literally access that using the class name. All right, so that's what I did over there. So I'm gonna be creating another method over here. All right, so public void so public static void, let's say get name. All right, and then I want to print out my name over here. So hello, my name is Hamim. All right, so that is my name. Okay, so I want to access this method. You can use the same way. All right, so that's gonna be class 1 dot get name. So that way you just having that method in a different class without creating an object. Okay, that is gonna save you a lot of time. So one more thing before I go about the static is let's say I have a method over here, regular method, public void, let's say method 1. All right, this is my regular method, and I want to call this static variable in here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so let's say that I want to print out my name, so it's gonna be name. All right, so I can do that. All right, so what about let's say that I have a static, so let's say I have a static method. Okay, I have a static method. So okay, we already have a static method over here. So let's say that I have a non-static variable. All right, so string name 2. All right, so that is my non-static variable, and then I want to put it over here. Let's see if that works or not. All right, see, we don't have the access to that particular name 2, because if your method is static, you have to have static. If you want to use something in here, if you write just regular code, it's not gonna, like, you're not gonna get any error. But if you want to have access to like different like in the same class, if you want to have access to some kind of variable and some kind of variable, so that time that variable has to be static, or else it's not gonna be you cannot access it. Okay, so if I do like name 2, all right, you cannot access it because your method is static, but your variable is not static. But if you make it static, okay, so if you make it static, so that time you can have access to it. Okay, so in static, if you want to access some variable, that means your variable has to be static. Okay, so yeah, that's all about the static today, and hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any question, please leave a comment on the comment section, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.